Good day to you all, and welcome back to another comic-fueled showdown on Grudge Match, the show that abducts the denizens of the DC and Marvel universes and thrusts them into neutral territory to have them duke it out for our amusement. Today we're clashing two of the most powerful supercharged despots with dizzying intellects and indomitable wills. From DC Comics, it's the Master of Fear and Dominar of Kuragar, Sinestro, and from Marvel, enemy of the Fantastic Four and ruler of Latveria, it's Doctor Doom. These two villains are somewhat xenophobic tyrants who jealously guard their territories and their people, whether those people like it or not, wielding a wide array of impressive abilities. But ultimately, it's not their powers that make them so captivating, it's their strong and unflinching personalities, with no small measure of well-deserved hubris, that make the two baddies so compelling. So taking a look at them individually and starting with Sinestro. Thal Sinestro, first created in 1961, is the former friend and original trainer of the most notable Green Lantern, Hal Jordan. He fell out of favor with the Green Lantern Corps and the Green Lantern controllers, the Guardians of the Universe, when he decided that justice needed to be strictly enforced throughout the entire universe and believed that fear was the best way of going about doing that. So he was cast out of the Green Lantern Corps and he founded his own corps, the Sinestro Corps, who were the Yellow Lanterns who wielded the yellow light of fear as the fuel for their power. Despite the fact that Sinestro wants to use that power to enforce justice throughout all the worlds of the galaxy, he always had a very special place in his heart for his homeworld of Kuragar, even though he was regarded as the worst villain in that planet's history. He spent a lot of his time as leader of the Sinestro Corps seeking out the survivors of the Kuragar homeworld and saving them and finding them a new world to live on and guarding them under his protection. As the head of the Yellow Lanterns, he is an incredibly skilled ring slinger with the yellow power ring that allows him to create hard light constructs utilizing the emotional spectrum of fear as a way of doing so. This can tap into his enemy's fears, bringing those fears to life through the power of the ring. It can also allow him to just do all the basic sort of things that you often see Green Lanterns doing. Flying, firing energy blasts, creating force fields, and creating virtually any kind of hard light construct that he can imagine. He's also served as host of the Parallax Entity, the living embodiment of the emotion of fear, and as the host of the Parallax Entity, it increases all of his Yellow Lantern powers 1,000-fold, making him the far and away most extremely powerful of all the Yellow Lanterns. Despite his consistent defeats at the hand of his one-time friend and former protege Hal Jordan, Sinestro keeps coming back again and again and again because he truly believes in his mission of instilling justice in the universe through the use of fear, and he is the only one with the power, the will, and the knowledge to do so. Victor Von Doom of Marvel Comics, first created not long after Sinestro in 1962, is the primary villain of the first family of Marvel, the Fantastic Four. His backstory is he is originally from the fictional country of Latveria, and his mother was a practitioner of the occult arts and was a witch, and so he has a bit of a magical background, but he would turn away from this for much of his life and spend most of his youth focusing on developing his mind. He went to America and went to Empire State University alongside Reed Richards of the Fantastic Four. They would become rivals, and they were both always vying for who is essentially the smartest of the Marvel Universe. It's arguable that Dr. Doom's intellect rivals that of Reed Richards as the most intelligent being, the most intelligent human in the Marvel Universe. Now, during their time at college, Victor Von Doom was attempting to create a machine of his own design to communicate with the dead. He specifically wanted to communicate with his dead mother, and he miscalculated in his creation of it. It malfunctioned and exploded, and that severely damaged and scarred his face, which is why he maintains wearing a mask all the way up to this day. Not just a mask, but he constructs an entire suit of armor, utilizing his incredible technological skill to imbue it with a variety of weapons and a variety of gadgets that makes Victor Von Doom's armor rival that of Iron Man's in terms of its ability. He can fire energy blasts with it, he can create powerful force fields, it is incredibly strong in terms of durability, allowing to protect him from the most intense of attacks from superpowered beings. Has a variety of additional features, allowing him a form of technopathy. He can control any machinery around him through the use of the machines in his suit. Has enhanced sensory functions, increases his strength, his speed, so making him an incredibly formidable opponent just on the basis of his armor. But then also, in recent years, he has delved into the occult, specifically the kind of things that his mother practiced, and he has become an incredibly accomplished sorcerer and practitioner of the dark arts. In fact, he can actually rival Doctor Strange in terms of being the most powerful magic wielder, and has even vied for the title of Sorcerer Supreme in the Marvel Universe. Utilizing this combination of skills, his incredible intelligence, his technological proficiency, and his occult knowledge, he went back to Latveria and took it over entirely. So Doctor Doom is the unquestioned ruler of the country of Latveria. From that seat of power, and with all of the diplomatic immunity and resources of an entire nation, he has come back again and again and again to challenge his constant rivals, Mr. Fantastic and the Fantastic Four. So having taken a look at both of these characters and their abilities and backstories, it's time to determine what would happen if they were to put their formidable personalities and superpowers to the test against one another. The winner is going to be Doctor Doom. It is tough to say exactly what would happen in a fight between these two and how it would play out because of the fact that their abilities are both so incredibly versatile. With Sinestro's power ring being able to create virtually anything he can imagine, and with Doctor Doom's magic, which is at such a high level that he can cast spells and enchantments to virtually any effect he wants, it's tough to say where exactly they'll decide to go with the fight. But a couple of things are apparent. One thing is that Sinestro, with his ability to utilize fear, has the ability to tap into the fears of his opponents and bring those fears to life with the ring. This probably wouldn't work against Doctor Doom because among other kind of protections that his suit of armor affords him, one of those is psychic protection from any kind of psychic interference or manipulation. So the ring wouldn't really be able to read his fears in the first place in order to bring them to life. Sinestro still has his own imagination to use to create a variety of hard light constructs through his ring, but Doctor Doom's additional protections via his armor, the force fields it can create, and its general indestructibility would provide him the necessary protection from the kind of attacks that Sinestro could bring to bear with those hard light constructs. Now, Doctor Doom has been seen to take on cosmic-level, super-powered individuals before, such as Silver Surfer, and one of the things that he has done before when confronting opponents of that massive kind of power is he's utilized technological means to drain away their energy and use it for himself. So, we have seen before that a variety of the Lantern characters are prone to having their rings drained of energy. They can sometimes just run dry of energy and they need to be recharged periodically. And there are occasions where they can be drained through outside means. So it's conceivable that Doctor Doom could utilize his abilities in his suit to drain away the power of Sinestro's ring, and then wield it himself. Now, if Sinestro is powered up with a parallax entity, he has an infinite source of Yellow Lantern energy to use. But Doctor Doom could siphon off enough of it to make himself even more powerful. That, coupled with his occult knowledge and being able to cast spells, the likes of which rival that of Doctor Strange, give him enough additional abilities and a variety of potential ways of attacking Sinestro that he could overcome him. Perhaps through spellcasting, or perhaps through simply outsmarting him with his massively superior intellect. So, Victor Von Doom and Marvel Comics is going to take the win of this grudge match. Message me down below, let me know what you think of the outcome of this fight, and as always, suggestions for future grudge matches. We'll see you next time on the next edition of Grudge Match.